before I figured this out, I had notes all over the place, thoughts and ideas scrambled all about. I couldn't find anything. I'm missing appointments. I'm running late to everything. And I was like, something really just has to change. Hey Powerhouse, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Landria Powers and I create Christ-centered content, sharing my life, my lessons, my journey. You know, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I run 2 businesses, and I just have a bunch of other areas that I serve in. And so I want us to maximize and be the most efficient and best stewards of this life that we've been given. So listen, I know you don't have a bunch of time. We're gonna lock right in and get straight to it. So let's start with number 1. I use my notes app as a second brain. Now, I know there's like all this buzz about second brain. If you haven't heard about it, it's just basically taking your brain and putting it onto paper. Some people like notebooks. I like, just things that are electronic because I can carry it around easily on my phone. I've seen a bunch of videos and I tried Notion as a second brain before, and it's so cool. You can do all this different stuff, organize it really nice, but it just wasn't practical for my life. Like do more work like on my phone, on my iPad. Like I just do more on my phone. And so I was like, why don't I just start using the Notes app? So I organized my Notes app because, with the Notes app, you can do a lot of stuff to organize too. Just being able to have a place where I can, put a voice memo or voice record and say X, Y, and Z and let the voice to text work out. And so that's exactly what I did. So I'll walk you through exactly how I organize my Notes app to be my second brain. And it has been life-changing doing it on my iPad because it's bigger. But like I said, the thing I love about the Notes app is you can do it on every single, platform. So yeah, I have a bunch of folders. Like I have a folder for just random notes, but I also have a folder for my running to-do list. I love the running to-do list folder. I'll just put like whatever week it is. I'll change it sometimes from week to week, but I'll put like what my goal is, different subsections for like personal, for, what business is for, or if it's for family, so on and so forth. Another one, so I love my faith and personal growth one. This one has a lot of my stuff. So I even put stuff into subfolders. And so I write down my dreams. So I have like a folder for my dreams, a folder for like when the Holy Spirit talks to me, a folder for like my books. And, when I'm taking notes from a book that I'm reading, I'll open up a note and then I'll voice to text, some things that I'm getting from the audiobook. So I put that in my books and teachings. When I'm taking notes at church, I'll put it in my sermons and motivation, prayer, like different people I'm praying for, different things like that. So this one's like a newer one, my health and postpartum. So I probably could organize that a little more, but my family and home, oh my gosh, this has been a game changer. So my husband and I have a shared note that sometimes like if we're busy throughout the day and we want to tell each other something, we'll update the shared note. And just things with like my marriage, like things I want to remember. Like if I see a gift out for my husband, I'll put that down, or different ideas. So I put that in my marriage folder. I call it us. I want to start gardening, so I put some stuff in there. I'm starting this note for meals for rotation of just the different meals that my family likes, who likes it, because sometimes it's just so much extra energy to think through, okay, what are the things that we like versus just having. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but if you hit that A and you can change it to subheading or heading or title. When you make it a subheading, heading, or title and you put body text underneath of it, it can go into like a collapsible thing. So it can collapse up into the heading. So I love that because it's like if I want to put a bunch of stuff, then it can be organized. So it's not as cool as Notion, obviously, but it's very practical, especially like if you're a mom like me on the go. The second thing that has been a game changer for me, I am on a weight loss journey. I had a baby a year ago and I gained so much weight and I had a lot of health complications after I had my daughter. So I had a trainer at the beginning of my fitness journey postpartum. Some life circumstances happened, so I wasn't able to continue to go because I have some other obligations that I have to tend to where I can't drive an hour to the gym, work out for an hour and then drive an hour back, or even if it's 45 minutes with better traffic, it's still too much time out of my day. So what I did, girl, I went on fun old, sweet old little ChatGPT. I went to a specific fitness GPT. So this GPT, they know all the information about like fitness. It's like a fitness AI, inside of ChatGPT. And then I told them everything that was going on with my body. Like, I'm postpartum. I had these issues going on. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat nuts. I don't eat X, Y, and Z. Also, what workout equipment I had in my house, what kind of workouts I prefer, the fact that I have diastasis recti, all that stuff. So I just gave it all the information. Like I was just like, listen, this is everything that I got going on. And then I was like, create for me a meal plan, but more specifically the workouts. I was like, out of the equipment that I have in my basement, create for me workouts for me to do that are safe for, you know, all the things that I said, you know, that I mentioned I have going on. ChatGPT, of course, is AI. It can make mistakes, but I've already seen a physical therapist. I've been to a fitness trainer, and a lot of the things that it was telling me in line right up with the information that I already received. So that's, I mean, listen, I got a full 5 every day of the week, a game plan. It switches it up. I let it know, like, I like to go for walks. I like to do Peloton. I like to do X, Y, and Z. And it made it super simple. It's like, okay, when I go into the gym, that's one less barrier for me. I don't have to think through what am I going to be doing when I'm actually in the gym. So that super hack. And then you could tell it like, okay, I got 20 minutes or I got 30 minutes or I got this amount of minutes, and it'll lay it all out for you. So I'm like, that makes it so much simpler. So that is another hack, because if we don't feel good, who will take care of the family? Who will take care of the business? Who will take care of everything that got to be taken care of? So we got to pour into ourselves first. All right. So that's number 2. For number 3, this one is something I discovered on accident, like recipes feature inside of Claude. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know if y'all are like me, but at dinner time when I'm cooking and I have the kids in the kitchen and they're hungry, and this, you know, my son has gotten in from school, my daughter's screaming, they both want attention. It's like, I'm trying to follow this little recipe that I have in my note, you know, like, or that I found on a video or something. And I'm trying to listen to the video, or I'm trying to like make sure I'm going back, reading my note or whatever. It's just so overstimulated. It's overstimulating. I forget stuff. I forget what I'm supposed to put inside of stuff. And so one day I was like, using Claude for something, and I had put the recipe in there because I think maybe I was trying to count calories or something. I don't know what happened, but I accidentally discovered that they have this whole recipe feature where it like cooks. You can do cooking mode. Put in your recipe of whatever. So even if you're watching like a YouTube video, you can copy the ingredients. And even if like sometimes they explain like, you know, step by step, or like if you find the recipe online, put it inside of Claude and then it'll cook with you. And then like even when you're cooking something, you can press the timer and it'll play the timer while you're cooking. I mean, it's just so great. I don't have to set all these different timers. I'm telling Alexa to do X, Y, and Z, and yeah, it's just, So yes, check cooking mode out on Claude if you haven't already, because I thought that was chef's kiss. The next thing is pretty straightforward. I'm sure we all do it in some sort of way, but you know, I'm gonna share it because sometimes we need to be reminded on the things that we know we should do, but we kind of fall off. So this one is scheduling your life on your calendar app on your phone. Now, I am a Google Calendar girly. I don't know why I prefer that over iPhone calendar, because sometimes it does make my life a little more difficult, but whatever calendar you use nonetheless. I love to color code and just scheduling everything. And one system that I've implemented with using my calendar app on my phone, scheduling and reviewing my calendar for the week ahead. And it doesn't always have to be on a Saturday or Sunday. I serve at church on Sunday. I go to church on Sunday. So even if it's in the middle of the week, like, I mean, we have free will. Like, you can choose, you don't have to do the whole Sunday reset because on social media says it has to be Sunday for the reset. You could do a Friday reset, you know. Look at your week coming up. See, okay, what are the events that I have coming up? And then plan it out. Like, plan out the things that you want to do. Plan out the times that you're going to work, your time block, you know, plan out when you're hanging out with friends or whatever. And, you know, and put all this inside of your Google Calendar and like actually plan out your life, like schedule out your life so that you know what's coming up. And then look at the calendar for the month ahead. Okay, do I need to buy birthday gifts for a certain kid? Their birthday's coming up. Let me make sure, okay, what day am I going to go to the store? And put that in your calendar. Just planning your life out on your calendar, planning it out and looking at it often and planning ahead, you're not falling behind so much. So that was like an obvious one, but sometimes we need reminders. Let me know if that helped you down below. All right, and this last app that I use, I'm pretty sure it's free or low cost. I don't remember if I pay for it or not, but it's called ScreenZen. I think I might have gotten an ad on it on Instagram one time. I mean, social media is created for us to be addicted to it. Like to plan ahead for my future self and anticipate that there's gonna be a moment where I'm extremely tired and my mind really needs rest, but I'm gonna doom scroll. And so in those time periods and periods that I need to work and periods that I need to be resting, I create these Fort Knox blocks on my phone. Like, you can do a strict block, you can do a limit, a break. And for the limits, when you're clicking the app, like when you're clicking, let's say you're clicking Instagram and you're going into it, you can delay how long it takes for the app to open. So it's like you click the app and then there's like 20 or 30 seconds, but you can choose the amount for it to open. So that gives you a moment to pause before you actually get into the app and like think like, do I actually need to do this? Like, am I tired? Or, you know what I mean? Like to reflect and figure out, is this what you actually want to do? Or are you just doing this out of habit? You know, when you're just like mindlessly scrolling on your phone, you just click an app and it just opens, versus like you click it, it's taking a second to load and to open. And you're like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. Setting time limits for my social media time, it has freed up my life. It freed up my evenings. You know, it freed me up to spend time with my children, to actually look them in the eye. I'm not just sitting on my phone, like I'm, you know, spending time with them one-on-one, and I get through my evenings so much better, so much quicker. And then I still have time left over for me, and I'm able to pour into my own cup. So I think downloading some sort of app to limit your screen time and to limit your, just limit your time on social media is huge, because a lot of times it's stealing time away from us and stealing moments from our life, and we gotta take it back.